Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining another Loqueverse episode. Today's session is quite special because for the first time in 20 years, I'm broadcasting from my hometown in Beirut, and most importantly, from one of the most prestigious universities in the Middle East, the American University of Beirut. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Dr. Shady El Bassuoni, who heads the AI and Data Science online graduate program here at AUB. We will be exploring the impact of AI on various industries, the program itself, and hopefully we will leave you with some intriguing discussions. Dr. Shady, thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me as well. I'm really excited to be talking to you today about all of this.
Thank you. Tell us a little bit about you before we dive into the interview.
Sure. So I'm Shady El Bassuoni. I'm an associate professor of computer science and also the academic director of the professional online graduate diploma in AI and data science. And I'm not Lebanese, I'm Egyptian, but I've been living here for 12 years now and having a blast.
Excellent. Well, we're happy to have you here in Lebanon. Now, I'd like to kick off this conversation in a broader landscape, right? AI is no longer a tech buzzword. It reshaped the way we work, the way we live, and the way we solve complex problems. In your opinion, how did AI impact some specific industries, and what industries were impacted more than others?
That's a big question to start with. It's really transforming every aspect of our lives, not just industries. It's completely revamping the way we do online retail, marketing, health sector, food industry, engineering, architecture, and even fashion.
And in your experience, were some industries impacted more than others? And can you give us some examples?
Definitely. So I feel the online world has been much faster at catching up with the AI success and advances. And it's natural. I mean, this is a tech word at the end. But also traditional industries have been doing well at embracing AI.
Excellent. Now, especially here in the Middle East, in your experience, do you think some industries were impacted either because they plateaued and they needed disruption, or maybe because they had a solid tech foundation and AI came at the right time to unlock them and accelerate them?
That's an excellent observation. I think it's a bit of both. So there are certain industries or sectors that felt the need to take that opportunity of embracing AI to improve their how they do business, get a better outreach. But there's also the technical world and those industries that are involved with the technology has really been upfront at
front and center.
Right. Yes.
Now, there's a growing concern around privacy and security in the AI world, and that's a global concern. It's not specific to the Middle East or Lebanon. In your opinion, what type of skills and mindset should students acquire to balance accountability with AI leverage?
Again, that's an excellent question. So there are a lot of concerns about AI, and rightly so. It has great potential. It can really improve our lives, but it comes with its own risks. And we actually teach a course in both the diploma and as well on campus for a few years now on AI ethics. We try to train our students about the beautiful things about AI and the opportunities, but also how to do things responsibly, how to do things ethically. And you mentioned the Middle East. The Middle East would have its own type of ethical concerns that might not apply elsewhere. So also we need this cultural and contextual awareness when doing this.
Can you give us an example of an ethical concern or challenge that we might face here in the region but not elsewhere?
Sure. I mean, the list is long.
Goes on.
I mean, I could think of censorship using AI to monitor people, to like manipulate certain opinions. So these are the things that I could think of. But also, I mean, there's a big concern about AI and bias, and I think particularly in our region, there's certain levels of racism that you don't see it elsewhere, or you see it differently elsewhere, that also can lead to increased these types of discrimination using AI, I mean.
And I'm sure that the AUB program is taking the necessary measure to educate and hold students accountable when it comes to the necessary regulations or work ethic around AI. So we'll prepare them for the future.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, I mean, we have that AI ethics course, which is mandatory for everybody in the diploma. So they can choose elective courses, but that course they have to take. We're trying to make that course on campus also mandatory for everyone, or at least take one ethics course. And the idea is really to make them aware of this and make them passionate about this. It's not just that they must do this, that they understand why and they want to do
responsible
it.
AI.
Exactly. And I see that, I mean, when we have these discussions or debates in class, when we, ask them to do projects later on, they really have this ethical lens all the time, which is
brilliant.
Fantastic.
And we'll certainly double click on this topic in the second segment. But now I just got an idea while asking this question. Too much regulation and fences could stifle creativity and stall growth. So in your opinion, how do we balance regulation with creativity and growth?
It's a big debate in the community right now. So you have pioneers of AI that are advocating for more regulations. They're really concerned about how fast AI is advancing and evolving. And they advocate for these regulations to slow things down a little bit, so we understand what's happening and what the implications are. On the other hand, you have equally big pioneers that are saying this would actually hinder the advances of AI. We need to allow AI to grow. We need to push it and give more opportunities so that we even achieve what is known as super artificial intelligence, which mimics human intelligence.
Let's double click and zoom in on the AUB program now. Obviously, AUB is known for its academic excellence spanning for over a century here in the Middle East, and this program is at the heart of this transformation. Now, your website is quite comprehensive. Anyone can go there. The details are enough to go over the qualifications needed and the structure of the program. But let's talk a little bit about the program itself. When did AUB launch the online program, and what was the driving force behind it?
All right. So I believe it started end of 2021 or end of 2022. I can't remember
COVID
exactly.
era.
Yeah, it was the COVID era. And timing came for various reasons, for various factors. So one of them was that AUB was trying to start to get on the online map when it comes to teaching and online learning. There's also we received a grant from Al Ghurair Foundation that was really supporting online programs. And that program is supported by Al Ghurair Foundation, of course. And then the third factor is the launch of the AI Data Science and Computing Hub. And that program really came as their first child.
Amazing. Now tell us a little bit about the structure of the program, the qualifications, the online format of it, and also the ratio between Lebanese student, and since it's an online program, it's destined to a wider audience. Tell us a little bit about this.
Sure. So actually what makes this program particularly unique is that it's open to people from all backgrounds. It doesn't require any technical background to be enrolled. Those who don't have that technical background would have to take 3 prerequisite courses in programming, mathematics, and statistics. And then they would enroll with the rest of the students in the core courses, which focus on foundations and theoretical aspects at the right level, of course. And then in the second half of the diploma, all the students take elective application courses in really various areas, including Arabic natural language processing, AI for health, data science for public policy, in addition to the AI ethics course, which all of them have to take. And it's an asynchronous online diploma, so all the courses are asynchronous. There is no online lecturing at a certain time. But again, what really sets this program apart is that it's highly interactive through peer discussions, through weekly live sessions with the instructors, so that the students get to just chat with their instructors, know them more, ask questions and so on, and a full TA support for every student, which really makes a big deal. Yeah.
Now, what's the ratio of Lebanese students versus regional and global?
Sure. I would say that the majority are Lebanese, and that's because of they know AUB more. They understand how AUB works, but we're starting to see this growing, and we're starting to get students from outside Lebanon. There are people who are Lebanese or living abroad, but we're starting to see more and more people from other parts of the world joining the program.
Brilliant. Now, the challenge with online learning, and we've seen this during the COVID era, it's not limited to AI, is the hands-on experience. Professors, teachers, and even students are struggling between hands-on experience and theory. How does this program balance hands-on experience with theory?
So actually the program is called an online professional graduate diploma in the foundations and applications of AI. So it comes from the title. It really has this nice balance between foundations in the first 3 courses. And then while at the same time, so all of these courses have theoretical aspects and mathematical intuition behind things, because we want our students to understand that, but also they have hands-on experience through programming assignments, projects, and then the second half of the diploma is very applied, where they just take application courses, apply what they learned in the first part by solving real-world problems related to health, related to business, related to natural language processing, and the list goes on.
Excellent. Now, without impacting trade secrets, can you give us an example or two around some real-life projects that your students are working on?
Sure. So we have, depending on the course and the nature of the course, students would have to work on some projects. Some of them are unified projects that are set by the instructor. They provide them with real data for a real problem, and they ask them to work on it, either as teams or individually. But there are also courses or projects that are chosen by the students themselves. So things that come from their jobs, things that come from their, things they're interested in their daily lives, even sometimes in their hobbies, so sports and the like, or nutrition, and they just propose these ideas and work on them. So, we've seen very creative and interesting projects that I can't pinpoint.
Of course, the list goes on and on and on.
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned something very interesting around the prerequisites. As you know, AI is impacting various industries outside of the tech world. And there's a growing anxiety around not embracing AI and falling off the success path in AI-charged environment. Can you tell us a little bit about the skills and the courses that non-technical people could acquire without having this fear and anxiety about being a computer scientist, for example?
Sure. So before the era of generative AI or large language models, ChatGPT and the like, you really needed to be a seasoned computer scientist to do AI. That was the mode of operation. But after large language models, things have changed drastically. You can get by with minimal coding or even no coding at all. I would say one of the most important skills is to know how to do prompt engineering. So how do you talk to these tools? generative AI tools, and how do you explain to them a task, and to have this structured way of thinking, and how do you like instruct them, but also the other thing is to be comfortable trying out new technologies, experimenting with new things, to get out of your comfort zone. It's open for everyone, it's welcoming, but you just have to take that step and be comfortable with it.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing here, a change management mindset, personal effort can lead the way in embracing AI and continue to thrive in an AI-charged environment. Is that a fair assessment?
Absolutely, that's totally correct.
Great. Anything else we need to learn about the program before we move to our next segment?
I would say it's just a great program. One of the things that I personally like the most about is how diverse the student body is. It leads to great conversations. It leads to things, students learning from each other. It's really a fascinating experience for me as a program director, as an instructor, to just interact with those students and see the different things they do and how it's changing their career path as well. That was really interesting to watch. Yeah.
So let's zoom out a little bit outside of Lebanon into the region. There are growing conversations around AI taking the industries by storm. We're talking about smart cities, AI research hubs, and AUB obviously is in the heart of all this. In your opinion, what makes the Middle East an intriguing space for an AI boom?
Well, it's a surprising answer maybe, but the Middle East has its own set of problems and the list is long. And that makes it actually a great playground for AI solutions, because these problems...
A lot of problems
require solutions. So really, that's one aspect, but also the talent. We have, our biggest resource is not oil, it's not natural resources, it's really talent.
People and diversity of mindsets. Egypt, Lebanon, various Arabic countries, or even regional.
Culture, heritage as well. That is really something that can lead to fantastic AI applications.
That's an excellent point. How do you see AUB contributing to all this?
AUB has been really advocating AI and leading AI in the region from the get-go. Been teaching courses about AI since the beginning of AI, I would say. But we've also been very active at starting programs related to AI, whether on campus or outside campus or online. We have, for instance, a master's in computing and education. It's an online degree that actually trains teachers. How do you teach school children how to code, how to do robotics, how to deal with AI. We have multiple minors. AUB is perhaps the first institute in the world that requires programming course as a pre-med requirement. So all pre-med students would have to take coding. We're leading through research. Of course, we have very innovative research that is really interdisciplinary as well. AUB, one of the great things about AUB is it has multiple faculties and medical center. They're really excellent. And now we see a lot of collaborations happening across campus that leverage AI. And we have pioneers now in AI for health, I would say, in AUB. Pioneers in AI and nutrition, agriculture, really climate change.
Yeah. You just answered my next question. So having said that, where do you see the Middle East in AI transformation and innovation in 5 years from now? I know as humans, we're very bad at predicting the future, but I think you have enough data.
Maybe we should ask AI to predict that.
Yeah, maybe the answer, we won't like the answer, but...
It's hard to predict, but as I said, I think there is a lot of potential in the region, but you need also support. So you need support for research, you need the infrastructure to start building AI applications at scale. And that's something that we lack in certain places. There are certain places like the Gulf countries that are starting to take the lead on this. But if you think about Lebanon, for instance, it's hard to acquire certain infrastructure that can allow people to build these AI tools.
That leads to my next question. How do you see collaboration fostering between academia, industry, and government in that space, and not necessarily in Lebanon, but across the region?
It's an excellent question, and it's something that is really important, I believe. So, I mean, if you think about AUB, for instance, or our program, I mean, we've been doing this to an extent. So we have students from all walks of life interacting together, working together. I mean, we have faculty members that are taking the diploma from outside the discipline. And so you have this kind of natural or organic conversation happening between people from various sectors. But across, the region, I think there's a lot of initiatives happening right now related to this. So one of them is this Future of Work Hub that we just established at AUB. That aim is to figure out the impact of AI on work and employment and how we can set policies, regulations, and so on. And we see this happening across the region as well. So not just in Lebanon, like governments are getting involved. They have ministries of AI now in a lot of places. And I think, the conversation is happening and the collaboration is happening. Support.
Now, the EU passed what I believe is a very good law a couple of weeks ago around identity protection. And I hope that other countries, including the US, follow suit. Where are the areas where you feel that regulations like this one could be beneficial, specifically in the Middle East?
AU has been really many steps ahead when it comes to this. So they had the data protection regulations longer or earlier before many other places. They have the AI Act, which is a set of rules and regulations for like controlling or regulating high-risk AI applications. I think there are a lot of areas here where that could benefit from regulations like this. Again, I'm going to talk about the issue of privacy, the issue of hate speech.
Yes.
So there's a lot of hate speech happening in our world. I mean, it happens everywhere in social media, but particularly in that region.
Amplified.
So it is. And there are general concerns that doesn't only apply to the Middle East, like deep fakes, revenge porn. I mean, I could really think of all these things. And we definitely need regulations. We need governments to get involved, but in the right manner. So they should not control this or stop it or use it or misuse it, but there should be some mechanisms to ensure that AI is applied in an ethical manner.
Do you think this starts at home, knowing that our parents maybe, or even ourselves, we might be technical enough to be dangerous, but we're not up there? And I mean, I have a teenager and I know what it means to be online most of the time. And it's a growing concern for me too. But do you think there are tools and resources for parents to start at home if the regulations are not enforced outside of home?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things we always talk about in the AI ethics course is this idea of online addiction. I mean, that's part of the concerns about AI that a lot of people talk about. There is this documentary, very famous documentary called The Social Dilemma. Yep. We force all our students to watch it, and we actually played a game with them. So, I mean, what you see in this documentary that is always fascinating is those big tech guys, the ones that are really behind all of these technologies and stuff like that. They don't let their children use
Steve
their
Jobs
phones.
was one of them.
Their children don't have phones. Some of them don't even, use these platforms that they created. And I think, we have a role to kind of put a stop on some fences, exactly.
Around it.
Exactly.
Okay. Brilliant. Now, let's talk about cross-border relevance. You mentioned that some students are probably based in Europe and the US. What would you like the US students to know about the AUB program? What might surprise them?
Maybe let me start by telling them a little bit about AUB, and I mean, it has been here for over 150 years. It's a great institute that has been always keen on educating people, doing impactful research, but also serving the community and the world. It has one of the most beautiful campuses in the world, at least according
hands
to,
down.
According to
I
me,
can
and
attest
a
to
lot
that.
of
Being
visitors.
living in the US, I can attest to that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great to hear a confirmation of this. But I think one of the most surprising thing for me when I first joined AV was the caliber of students. I was really impressed by our students. They're smart, they outspoken, they're questioning. And it was really impressive to kind of get to know them and teach them. It was really surprising to me, and it makes me love my job. And I really think it's a great experience for anyone that comes and joins AUB to get exposed to the diverse body of students that we have. Now, when it comes to the program, again, it's really very culturally sensitive. It has a focus on our local context, but it also has all the important aspects that you need for AI. It's a compact program that balances the level between foundations and applications. And I mean, one of the things that I think is very interesting about the program as well is that it doesn't include these passive videos where students just watch videos. It's very interactive, or even the lectures are very interactive, and I think they would like it. So
They would
I hope
enjoy
they
it. In person, even better.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Now, do you see an opportunity for a deeper collaboration between AUB and international universities or colleges in the US in terms of research, innovation, or maybe exchange, student exchange? And maybe this is already happening.
That's true. It's happening. I mean, AUB is a U.S. institute. After all, it has a charter in New York. And also a lot of the faculty members at AUB are graduates of U.S. Universities. They keep their collaborations with their former teams. We have exchange programs with a lot of U.S. universities, so our students spend some time there, and we have faculty members spending some time there, and we have ongoing research collaboration through joint grants, etc., with peers in not only US and Canada, but also Europe. I mean, we have a big network of collaboration with European institutes.
Oh, can you name one or two institutions?
In Europe,
personally,
I mean, I would say, I mean, we have good connections with the Grenoble universities. We have a lot of faculty members that visit there, do collaborations, and a lot of our students actually continue their graduate study there. Telecom Paris, we have a few in the German universities, Max Planck Institute. But I mean, in the US, I personally studied in Germany, so I'm more attached or connected to Europe. But I mean, we have a adjunct professor at the department at Waterloo University. We have a lot of collaborations with Montreal University, with Concordia. The U.S. institutes, I'm not 100% sure about like one particular institute, but I'm sure there's
it will happen eventually.
There is plenty already happening,
course.
But I'm not aware of everyone on campus. Yeah.
Sure, no, this is already a great portfolio of colleges and institutions around the world. Now, let's bring it back to personal, because I'm a firm believer that without the human in the loop, AI will continue to lack. You obviously led the research, the innovation, the team of this program, you and your team, obviously. What first sparked your interest in data science and AI? You just mentioned you studied in Germany. Was it in that specific field, or did you migrate to it after it took the industries by storm? Tell us a little bit about you and your journey.
I'm glad you mentioned human in the loop. It's something that
of course
I try to always also enforce in my students, that AI cannot work alone. So surprisingly, when I was an undergrad studying computer science, I wasn't really a big fan of the field or
Yeah.
my discipline. It's dry. The only reason I went there was because I love mathematics and statistics, and it's, it had its share of that. But then I started really falling in love with the field in my senior year, and then when I did my graduate studies in Germany, so that's when I got immersed in AI and data science, and it was really love at first sight.
Yeah.
And what I love about it the most is its applied nature. So it has good mathematical foundation and intuition, which I love, but it also has real impact. I could see this through my research projects, through my teaching, through my mentoring, and that is really
tech for good.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely, right. You feel the result.
There's purpose behind it in some areas, as long as we're responsible.
Absolutely.
Okay, brilliant. If you had to choose one area of AI that you're most excited about for the next 5 years, what would it be?
I would say robotics and particularly personal assistance. I'm a firm believer this is going to happen, and I'm very excited about it. It's not just that it will make our lives better by having someone who can do the dishes or the laundry or clean the litter box of my cats. Yeah, I have two of those. But it also can have a real impact. I mean, think of people, seniors who need assistance, people with dementia. I see great potential in having these bots being personal assistants on many aspects of life. That's something I'm very excited about it. But of course, it's going to need a lot of work. So we're not nearly there yet. It's going to happen, but who knows if it's 5 years or 10 years or 20. It requires basically what we know as super intelligence. So we need something that is achieving artificial intelligence that is close to human intelligence.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned personal assistance, and as humans, it's in our DNA. We're hunter-gatherers. We need to move all the time. Now, obviously, we need personal assistance in the elderly situation, but in your opinion, how do we balance assistance with avoiding laziness, especially the young generation?
Okay, so it's a hard question to answer, honestly, but let me try. So when I think of this, I mean, one of the big concerns and misconceptions about AI is that it's gonna replace us. It's gonna, get us out of work or jobs. But then there is this philosophy that that's fine. First of all, it's not necessarily going to happen. Always technological revolutions and industrial revolutions have always had this caused this concern. But then there are new jobs that are being created and new skills, and you have to upskill. But what's interesting is that even if it happens, maybe that is the next level of our evolution. Maybe it's time that we start doing things that we enjoy more, start connecting more with nature.
Work-life balance.
So maybe the mode of operation of our lives need to change. So it might not be a bad thing, being a little bit lazy, but spending time doing things that we enjoy, like reshuffling the time we spend and our priorities.
That's a very positive outlook. I never thought of it this way, and thank you for sharing it. Now, what your advice would be for the young generation in the Arab world and abroad, the young people who, in harsh circumstances, are aspiring to become AI entrepreneurs or even change makers, policy change makers? What would be one advice you would give them?
Embrace it. Don't be scared. Go after your dreams. The sky is the limit, really. AI is very welcoming now. It's open to everyone. So just take that step, believe in yourself, and utilize AI to your benefit. It has a lot of potential. You can actually leverage that, and we see this happening right now. We see really smart ideas and smart things happening just by using AI, even for people who have no technical background whatsoever. So I think take that step and believe in yourself, but also think about ethics. It's important.
Excellent. Dr. Shady, this has been a pleasure. Thank you again for carving out time for me for this interview. For our listeners and viewers around the world, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you want to upskill and learn more about the online graduate program of AI and data science here at AUB, log into the website. It has comprehensive information. Until then, keep learning, be curious, and keep in mind that AI is no longer restricted to the Bay Area or the Silicon Valley. It's now global. Thank you.
Thank you.